Sunny Hostin, her husband accused of committing federal insurance fraud in a lawsuit.
Average out the View hosts, among the dumbest people on television.
Sunny's dumb.
Sunny Hostin, known for voicing her opinions on The View, has recently made headlines for all the wrong reasons. In addition to her outspoken views, she's now facing serious accusations. Her husband is under investigation, facing charges related to a full-fledged RICO operation. The situation has escalated, with Sunny dealing with one setback after another. Recently, police raided their home and discovered a significant amount of cash accumulating, leading to speculation about possible involvement in illicit activities. As the drama unfolds, rumors are swirling about the possibility of an arrest. Stay tuned to see how this gripping story develops and where it all leads.
Let Sunny get in here. I agree with mostly everything that's been said. We know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to.
If you haven't been following the controversy surrounding Sunny Hostin, let me bring you up to speed. American Transit, a major insurance company, has filed a lawsuit against Dr. Manuel Horton and nearly 200 other individuals, accusing them of fraud, kickbacks, and shady billing practices that allegedly went on for years. The lawsuit claims Dr. Horton submitted false insurance claims and performed unnecessary surgeries while pocketing undisclosed payments. Legal experts are calling this the largest RICO case in New York since the Mafia era. Yes, it's that serious, but things are about to get even more interesting. Sunny Hostin, who's no stranger to controversy with her outspoken opinions on The View, is now caught in the middle of this legal battle. Despite her high-profile career, she's insisting that she had no idea what was going on in her own husband's company. If that's truly the case, it's raising questions about her credibility as a commentator. After all, the lawsuit paints a picture of someone missing some huge red flags. This alleged organized fraud ring exploited the no-fault insurance system in New York, and the lawsuit could result in billions of dollars in damages. However, money might be the least of Dr. Horton's concerns. If found guilty, he could face life in prison. The fallout isn't limited to Dr. Horton alone. He's been accused of providing fraudulent medical services, including unnecessary surgeries, all while making millions. The situation becomes even more intriguing when you look at Sunny's past. Before making a name for herself in the media, she was a federal prosecutor who built a career on upholding the law. It's becoming somewhat ironic that someone with her background is now facing these kinds of accusations. Rumors are swirling that Sunny might play a role in covering up the alleged fraud. Some sources claim that she helped her husband conceal financial transactions by moving money through shell companies, exploiting legal loopholes to hide it from investigators. Another allegation even suggests that Sunny acted as an intermediary, ensuring the funds remained untraceable, but that's not the worst part. In addition to defrauding insurance companies, Dr. Horton allegedly targeted Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, and taxi drivers, subjecting them to unnecessary surgeries and fake treatments to profit. This paints an even darker picture of the operation. What makes the situation even more shocking is the stark contrast between Sunny's public persona and these allegations. She has spent years on The View calling out corruption, demanding accountability, and positioning herself as a fighter for justice. But now, she is facing accusations that could make her seem like part of the very system of corruption she's condemned. Critics are pointing out the hypocrisy, especially since she has built her career on being a truth teller. If even a fraction of these allegations prove true, this could be the scandal that ends Sunny Hostin's career for good. The public fallout is only just beginning, and this legal battle will likely have far-reaching consequences. Stay tuned to see how it all plays out.
Who I think is truly the nastiest woman on television and a genuine racist and not that bright, despite her law degree and everything.
There's growing speculation about whether Sunny Hostin should step down from The View amid the controversy surrounding her husband's legal troubles. Critics argue that her credibility as a commentator is now in the gutter, given the serious allegations against her family. How can she continue to criticize politicians and public figures when she's allegedly been involved in covering up illegal activities at home? Others, however, caution that these are just allegations at this point, and that Sunny should be presumed innocent until proven guilty. But let's be real. The court of public opinion doesn't often wait for the full truth to emerge, and right now, it's looking like a rough road ahead for Sunny. It's not just the online backlash she's facing. Legal experts warn that if investigators find even a shred of evidence connecting Sunny to her husband's alleged fraudulent activities, she could be facing serious charges herself. If that happens, it's not just a PR nightmare. She could be looking at prison time, financial ruin, and the total collapse of everything she's worked for, but the plot thickens. There are now serious questions about how Sonny and Emmanuel really funded their lavish lifestyle. While they've never been the type to flaunt their wealth, reports suggest they own several high-end properties, including a luxurious home in Westchester County. This raises the big question. Was any of this funded by fraudulent money? Were they living a life of comfort at the expense of innocent victims? People are starting to wonder if their wealth was built on the backs of those who were defrauded by Dr. Horton's alleged schemes to make matters even more complicated, American Transit. The insurance company at the heart of the case has now accused Sonny of using her celebrity status to sway public opinion and discredit the lawsuit against her husband. They claim she's been leveraging her platform to spin the narrative in her favor. In response, Sonny has strongly denied these accusations. In a fiery statement, she lashed out at the insurance company, calling their claims a smear campaign against her family. She insists the lawsuit is nothing more than a desperate attempt to avoid paying legitimate claims, but critics aren't buying her defense. They see her aggressive response as nothing more than a distraction, a way to deflect attention from the serious allegations against her husband and, possibly, herself. This isn't just a run-of-the-mill legal dispute. On January 12th, a letter from her legal team was sent to American Transit threatening a massive $5 million countersuit if the insurance company didn't withdraw the case and issue an apology. This amount, though, was just an initial figure. The real cost of the reputational damage was difficult to quantify. At the time. The stakes are high in this case. The accusations against Emmanuel are serious, involving federal insurance fraud, a crime that can ruin careers, destroy reputations, and land people behind bars. And things are about to get a lot messier. With over 200 defendants named in the case, this legal battle isn't going to be resolved anytime soon. Experts expect it to drag on for years, with endless discovery processes, court filings, and legal maneuvers. Each defendant will likely try to distance himself from the allegations, creating a complex web of finger-pointing, shifting alliances, and conflicting testimonies to make matters even more ironic. Just a few months ago, Sonny was throwing major shade at Melania Trump. Remember when Melania became First Lady for the second time? During a live broadcast on The View, the ladies didn't hold back. They took aim at her, not just with political jabs, but with some personal digs as well. The conversation quickly escalated when someone suggested that Melania wasn't exactly thrilled about her role as First Lady, and from there, things got pretty intense. Sonny even implied that Melania wasn't entirely happy in her marriage to Donald Trump now. The tables have turned. Sonny, who once criticized the First Lady for her perceived lack of authenticity, is now facing similar questions about her own actions. It's a strange twist, considering that just months ago, she was calling out others for perceived hypocrisy and lack of transparency. In the end, if even a fraction of the allegations against her and her husband are proven true, this could become a scandal that forever alters the trajectory of Sonny Hostin's career as the legal drama continues to unfold. It's clear that Sonny's public persona, her career as a commentator, and even her personal life are all on the line. Stay tuned. This story is far from over.
I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the First Lady anymore. She doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him. She can't tolerate.
The public scrutiny surrounding Sonny Hostin has intensified in recent times, not just due to her commentary on The View, but because of the ongoing controversy in her personal life. For years, Sonny has been a polarizing figure, known for her outspoken political views and her candid takes on current events. Recently, her name has been tied to a high-stakes legal battle involving her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Horton, and a massive fraud lawsuit. This legal situation has fueled a wave of criticism, particularly surrounding her credibility as a commentator. Many are questioning how she can sit on a national platform, criticize politicians and public figures, and position herself as a voice of justice, while allegedly being involved in covering up fraudulent activities in her own household. Some have suggested that she should step down from her role as a host on The View, arguing that her involvement in the scandal has tarnished her reputation and rendered her incapable of holding others accountable. On the other hand, there are those who insist that the allegations against her and her husband are just that, allegations, and that Sonny deserves a presumption of innocence. However, the public opinion is unforgiving, and it's hard to ignore the relentless criticism. Legal experts have also warned that if investigators uncover even a shred of evidence linking Sonny to her husband's alleged activities, she could be facing serious charges herself. In the worst-case scenario, she could find herself dealing with not just a public relations disaster, but prison time, financial ruin, and the collapse of her career, what complicates matters further is the couple's lifestyle. Although Sunny and Emmanuel have never been known to flaunt their wealth, reports have surfaced suggesting they own multiple high-end properties, including a luxurious home in Westchester County. This has raised suspicions about whether their wealth was built on the back of fraudulent money, adding fuel to the fire for those who believe they lived a lavish life at the expense of innocent victims. The case is getting more complicated as American Transit, the insurance company at the center of the lawsuit, has accused Sunny of using her celebrity status to manipulate public opinion and discredit the case against her husband. They claim she has used her platform to spin the narrative in her favor. Sunny, of course, has vehemently denied these accusations, calling the lawsuit a smear campaign. In a fiery response, she accused the insurance company of trying to avoid paying legitimate claims and insisted that they were simply trying to deflect blame. She has even enlisted a legal team to help her fight the case, threatening a $5 million countersuit if the company doesn't retract their claims and apologize. But many critics are unconvinced by her defense. They argue that her aggressive response is a distraction from more serious allegations against her husband and possibly herself. In fact, this isn't the first time Sunny has stirred the pot with her remarks. Sunny has been no stranger to controversy, and her comments have often led to significant backlash. A few years ago, she offended millions when she called out uneducated white women for supporting Donald Trump, citing statistics that 52% of white women voted for Trump in 2016. She made her views clear. This statement didn't sit well with many, and while some defended her, others accused her of making sweeping generalizations. The situation only got worse when Sunny went further, praising black women for their crucial role in elections, while criticizing white women for their support of Trump. She boldly said that black women tried to save this country again last night, while hailing Kamala Harris's campaign as flawless. Her comments sparked a massive debate online, with supporters rallying behind her and others accusing her of divisiveness. Trump supporters, in particular, were furious, accusing Sunny of unfairly painting them in a negative light, as if that wasn't enough. Sunny found herself embroiled in yet another heated debate when she went after Latino men for supporting Trump in higher numbers. She described it as even harder to process, fueling a fiery response from both sides of the political spectrum. Critics blasted her for stirring division, while her supporters praised her for speaking her mind on a topic they felt was being ignored. The debate over her remarks reached a fever pitch, with online communities split down the middle. Sunny's comments continue to generate conversation and controversy, especially considering the current political landscape. The ongoing drama reached a peak when The View aired its post-election episode, with the host wearing black and speaking passionately about the outcome of the 2020 election. It almost felt like a political funeral, with Sunny's comments contributing to the tense atmosphere. But perhaps the most explosive moment came when Sunny targeted Senator John Fetterman for his controversial visit to Mar-a-Lago. The Pennsylvania Democrats' decision to visit Donald Trump's Florida estate sparked immediate criticism, with many seeing it as a betrayal of democratic principles. Sunny didn't hold back, calling the visit a betrayal and questioning Fetterman's motives. This set off a firestorm of opinions, both in the media and on social platforms. Supporters defended Sunny's right to speak her mind, while detractors accused her of being unnecessarily divisive. In this instance, Sunny made it clear that she wasn't afraid to take on her fellow Democrats if she thought they were acting against the party's values, but the drama didn't end there. During a heated exchange on a live The View episode in June, Sunny clashed with co-host Alyssa Farah Griffin over the 2024 presidential race. The conversation began as a panel discussion about the candidates entering the race, but quickly turned into a full-on shouting match. Sunny accused Alyssa of flip-flopping on her opinions about former Vice President Mike Pence, highlighting his poor approval ratings in Indiana during the AIDS crisis. The argument escalated, and Alyssa became visibly frustrated as she tried to get a word in. But Sunny kept pushing her point, making it almost impossible for Alyssa to respond. For many viewers, the situation became uncomfortable to watch. Some felt that Sunny was dominating the conversation and even bullying Alyssa, leaving her no opportunity to defend her stance. While many agreed with Sunny's political views, there was a growing sense that she had crossed a line. Fans criticized her for being too aggressive and shutting down the conversation instead of fostering a healthy debate. Some even described her behavior as bullying, pointing out that it was hard to see the exchange as a legitimate discussion when one person was doing all the talking. This was just another in a long line of explosive moments for Sunny, who has built a reputation on her fiery commentary and unapologetic opinions despite all the drama. One thing is clear: Sunny Hostin knows how to keep people talking. Whether it's her controversial remarks, her fiery debates, or her involvement in the ongoing legal battle with her husband, she has become a lightning rod for criticism and support alike. As the legal case continues to unfold, It'll be interesting to see how Sunny navigates the storm, both professionally and personally. Will she rise above the chaos or be brought down by the weight of the controversy? Only time will tell.
Are incapable of defending a man that you worked for. I don't need to hear more from Pence for several reasons. When I lived in Indiana and I went to Notre Dame, he had a terrible approval rating because of the way he treated the AIDS crisis. A lot of people died because of him. A lot of people died because of how he handled the COVID crisis. Well, are you going to give this chance to answer? This is not what the show is about.
You know what? I kind of feel like I need to go to break.
As we head to break, the drama surrounding Sunny Hostin and her husband continues to unfold, and it's starting to look like The View might be preparing to sever ties with her. Rumors are swirling that network executives are closely monitoring the situation to assess how much damage this scandal could do to the show's reputation. While Sunny remains on air for now, viewers have noticed a change in her demeanor. Her typically fiery and unfiltered commentary has become more guarded, and it's clear that the pressure of her personal and professional struggles is starting to take a toll. Many are left wondering if this could be the end of her time on Asterisk The View. Meanwhile, a recent court filing paints a grim picture for Dr. Emmanuel Horton, with a majority of defendants in the fraud case against him agreeing to settle. On January 27th, the public learned that more than 141 of the 186 defendants in the lawsuit had reached settlements in principle, although their identities were not revealed. Dr. Horton's lawyer, Mark Gagos, issued a statement claiming that Dr. Horton has until February 10th to respond to the legal complaint. Gagos vehemently defended Dr. Horton, arguing that he was wrongfully named in the lawsuit and demanded an apology from American Transit, the insurance company involved in the case. He also called for Dr. Horton to be dismissed in the lawsuit, claiming that the company's actions had caused irreparable harm to his client's reputation, and demanded compensation for the emotional distress Dr. Horton and his family had suffered. Sunny has stood by her husband, accusing American Transit of using their platform to discredit her family and avoid paying legitimate medical claims for their insurer clients. She has even pointed out that American Transit had previously been sued by Uber Technologies and was under investigation by New York State. In a cutting remark, she claimed the company was launching a smear campaign against them because they didn't have a strong case against Dr. Horton. However, despite Sunny's fervent defense of her husband, the truth appears far more complex. Federal authorities have reportedly discovered millions of dollars stashed in the couple's home, casting a long shadow over their public denials. Could this be the beginning of more secrets waiting to be revealed? The implications of this case are enormous, not just for Sunny and her husband, but for everyone involved in this ongoing saga. As the investigation continues, it seems likely that both personal and professional lies will surface. What if Sunny has been part of a much larger deception than anyone realized? Each new development hints at a reality far different from the one they've been carefully crafting for public consumption. If it turns out that Sunny has been more involved in the alleged fraudulent activities than she has let on, will it be enough to completely destroy her credibility? The consequences for both her family and her career are monumental. Will she be able to maintain the carefully constructed facade she's built, or will the mounting evidence expose everything? We want to hear your thoughts. Do you think Sunny's defense of her husband is a smokescreen for something deeper? Are we on the verge of uncovering a much darker side to the story? Please share your comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for all the latest updates as this wild ride continues to twist and turn.